I should almost have had to just tap to the thing that start where I can press record.
Like Gabe again.
Like Ape? Is that his new name?
Yeah, they'll combine twins now. Alright, so I'm gonna see how this goes with a short roll one. So I'm gonna aim hour 15 actually. I think that's the sweet spot. Just in case we go a little long, we can still fit under hour 30. So
so you go time it then, or like
I got it.
You can leave a message when you want to wrap up.
Just 10:30. I can see it.
I'm saying like topic length.
Oh, well,
those four
15,
topics. 20 minutes.
Don't worry about it. If we don't get to it, but I'm gonna start with obviously why we won't heal last week. So
Yep.
We need a bill for Trace to use.
I got it. I'll steer us. I think we'll be fine. Also, I think we're doing really good of like you going in this topic and kind of winding ways into other topics. I don't think we always need to stick by our topics. As long as we think we generated enough good content, then we just run with it. That's my opinion. I don't think we always need to stick to the topics because we could always just reuse them.
Oh, we already basically started. Tomorrow on Stardew, remember we gotta go south.
Yep.
9.
I don't know if it was 9 a.m. or p.m.
I'm not gonna edit this, so this is part of the podcast now.
It's a yeehaw.
Does Stardew not have an in-game chat?
Yeah.
It does, but we haven't started yet, so it doesn't matter.
Blake,
And
get
we're
out
gonna
of my
start.
bed.
We're
Blake's
gonna
in my bed.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yes.
Like something was right.
And welcome to the Sons of Bananas podcast. This is episode 16. So it has been a week. We took a little bit of a break. And there's a good reason why, and we'll get right into that in our first topic. But as always, I'm joined by my beautiful boys.
Wait, y'all weren't here last week? Who was I talking to all week then?
We were talking to
distance
ourselves.
relationship apparently.
Yeah.
I didn't know
Talking
it.
to other people, yes. Oh, yeah, hi, I'm Blake.
I'm Abe.
Oh, I'm next. Shit, what's my
You're
name?
next. Hi, next. It's my dad joke.
Hi, I'm Grim.
Hello, I am Lone.
Hi, I am Ray.
Raya?
So Lone said his name.
And 2?
You can go back to it's me, Lone.
Who are you, Mario? It's me.
No, he's Lone.
He's Luigi.
No.
What? No, sorry.
And as always, I'm Trace.
There it is.
Get out of my
So-
bed.
Remember, you do have the power trace.
So quick recap of why it has been a week between episodes. We were actually involved. Well, most of us were involved in a charity event. Who would like to talk about it briefly?
We got a lot of shade thrown at us.
Well-
honest cheaters for doing what was given to us.
All right, I guess I'll explain since no one wants to take it.
Just straight up with it. They didn't even talk
We'll
about
take
the actual
So for those who don't know, there is a charity that is called Extra Life. Well, they basically support was it Children's Miracle Network?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, you're right. CMN.
Semen.
Lone, go ahead. No. Go ahead, take it.
Yeah, take it all.
Semen.
No, just letting you know. You gotta say the name right.
I'm not saying it.
Say it.
Anyway,
Say
So
it
they
like a
had a-
man.
they had a weekend event, and a part of that, we were on a team with our good friend and big boy streamer Goof, and he needed people for his build team, and the build competition was in Minecraft, and it was around a healing golem. That was basically the whole idea of the contest, and so we spent Thursday to Sunday. From some of us, for a majority of that time, trying to work out on what we wanted to do, and at the end of the day, we ended up winning. So,
Damn right we did.
Started Tuesday.
Some of us
okay,
did.
Tuesday to Sunday. All right.
Well, so Tuesday to what was it? Friday?
Sunday. Well,
No, like when did they actually open the server for us?
Friday, right? Like Friday.
Friday's when they
Friday
actually
night.
opened this. It was like 5 o'clock, something around there.
So the Thursday to
So I was still at work.
or the whatever day y'all just said to Friday was a test server, our own thing.
From
Tuesday to Friday day.
Listen, I've already
Test
forgotten
server.
what day you said.
Friday to Sunday was the live server. Yes. So we went off the theme of Epcot because Extra Life typically has these events in Poston, in Orlando, close to Disney. So we took that theme of Epcot and mixed it with Healing Golden. Again, took first place. Again, it's a charity event, so we didn't win anything. But it felt nice having a really nice little build, and ended up,
Wait,
winning.
so
What was
when
the thing that Dab and I misspelled? How we spelled kids? You know how we misspelled children? Chikrin? What
I
was
can't
it?
remember. It's
Hey,
been a
at
week.
least you know
We
how to
added
spell
a K
captain.
to it.
wait, so when we won, I thought we like unlocked like a donation thing to Extra Life.
No, we
Oh.
didn't. We didn't
I
get
don't
anything.
think-
No,
We
the
had
actual
nothing.
Minecraft thing was part of a non-proceed to. It was just basically like a community thing.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I don't think nothing was like donated in name or anything like that. It was just something that was a part of the event.
So basically,
But,
fill time.
No, I don't think it was a full event. It was just like one of the mini events. 'Cause we also had, I think, Magic, Rocket League.
Yeah, they had chess.
Among Us.
Among
there,
Us.
Chess. Well, Among Us. They had different like little games and stuff that were.
I had Jack Black playing Among Us with him.
Yeah, there you go. But basically, to summarize, some small stuff, and then I'll have people, have them open it up for, what they took away. Well, not take away, but like, what the general thoughts were. We want to clarify. The admins asked us what mods we wanted, like if we wanted anything specific downloaded, and we just said world edit. So we got it downloaded because they okayed it, and then supposedly somehow, I don't know how it started exactly because I'm getting all team captain was good, so we were all getting this information from him out of the captain's chat. But somehow I think a captain said that world edit isn't allowed or something. Like, I don't think it was a admin decision.
Well, they said it like the day before we were supposed to go live or during the match.
Yeah, there was just some miscommunication, but then somehow like that was like being passed around, and when it wasn't, because we already had it. So that led to a few things, like some shade being thrown, but I don't really care for the drama. I know some of us kill more for it because they don't like that shade, but we ended up winning. And then if you know Minecraft at all, Ocus and Packrat had teams of their own, and Ocus ended up getting third place. And I believe Packrat should have at least gotten second or third. Unfortunately, I do believe their team was snuffed out. But again, it's not like we actually won anything from it, so and it was in for fun. So nothing really to come of that. But boys, want to give me your personal takes from this, whether it be voting or post thoughts or
I mean, we definitely had the mindset of pre-planning down. I mean, we went in as a great team. I would definitely say. Don't you guys agree?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
from what I saw and from what everyone was saying, we were definitely the most organized out of
Good said that
all
primarily.
10 teams.
Well,
I mean-
again, the problem for like 3 to 4 of those teams, they had like 40 plus people, and that's
Yeah.
really hard to do when I know one team had 80 people, and it was just like they opened the server the day of and just let people do what they wanted.
See-
That doesn't
That was
sound
the
like it's
memer,
gonna-
wasn't it?
The memer?
Again, that was like for fun. So like that person just did not kill. They just wanted people to have fun, which is good. But
Oh no, yeah, there's nothing against that. It's just we going up against who we were going up against between, you know, Arcus, Mister, starting off as calling himself the winning team, kind of
Did he really?
made us put a little extra effort in it.
to kind of show them up a little bit.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Well, I mean, we ended up winning, so we definitely did show them up at the end of the day.
I will say being a smaller team did help because it allowed us to be better organized.
It did. I think smallness of the team ended up helping. Overall it was pretty good.
I don't know. I enjoyed it a lot.
I'd say yeah, if we had more than 20, I think that was when it was going to be chaotic.
Am I muted?
No.
I had
No.
I muted
My
you for
icon
a
said I was
second.
muted.
I muted you for a second. You were picking up a lot of feedback.
Yeah, I have my fan on me. Sorry, that's what I can mute my mic.
It sounded like people. You're good. You're good.
I will say
My father's on the phone right now.
I just did it for a second.
Yeah, sorry.
No, you're good.
I will say on the admin team or whoever was like running the event, they need some work.
Yeah, they definitely act like they didn't even know basics of Minecraft. Or
So-
I keep saying Minecraft. Minecraft.
Well,
So,
it wasn't
what I
just
take,
Minecraft though.
because it was run through DreamHack, and DreamHack is primarily they create tournaments. They used to do way back in the day like Counter Strike and Rainbow Six, like basically like to do like FPS and like competitive esports titles. I mean they've done like League of Legends and stuff like that. But they've hosted big tournaments. Now I'm not sure what part of DreamHack is doing this because I know a lot of DreamHack organizing charity events. I've never seen them do that.
They have done this in the past.
Okay, well this isn't my first time seeing it personally, but Minecraft is not a game that is like super like tournament like organized. But I mean, it's still at the end of the day they could have organized better because it's not a hard game to organize. There's only 10 captains to wrangle, and that's really easy. It was more the information relaying was the issue.
Well, it
making
wasn't.
sure everything was homogenous and not like giving us 2-3 different times when stuff was going to end.
It wasn't just Minecraft that they were having issues with.
Right,
Yeah,
I'm saying
they had Rocket League chest issues.
Right, I'm saying from all experience because I was not in the Rocket League, so.
Well, I mean, it was just like there's other teams were supposed to basically set a mod for the server. I don't know if anybody else. Apparently, they didn't because we controlled our server. I think excellent. We didn't have nobody else hop on from any other teams.
One time, just let us know.
Yeah, I mean, he was from he wasn't hopping on to do anything. He was just letting us know. But like any griefers or anything like it, everybody else had. So, but yeah, it's like the mods. I mean, even after the thing, they screwed up our server. But nobody can really hop on.
Yeah,
Well,
now it's been fixed, but
that's a different issue. I don't think that's something they can be blamed for. That's more of a they did it out of like I don't say good faith, but like they just had all the servers set up at the end so people could go visit them. Now, granted, I don't know what deal they worked out with the server hostels. That's most likely something like they would provide an X amount of like good souls for the time of doing the main event, and then they would just put them onto some different ones. I'm pretty sure that's what they did. Or was it the same IP?
That's not. No, it was the same IP. But that's not what the issue was. The issue was they set a command block to, constantly change it everybody to a
spectator. Yeah, instead of just going in the config file and changing it.
Just doing like Zab did, which is change it on the damn server where everybody automatically loads in as a spectator.
So that was the issue the entire time of
yeah.
The command block was just killing the server, yeah.
Because of our command blocks.
Yeah, because we had so many in there.
Which was still part of it. I mean,
I
it's not
mean-
like we weren't the only ones that. I mean, there was other people that used,
Oh, yeah.
World Edit
Back
too.
in
So
the- Back in
Well,
the
we-
command blocks for
We
sure.
still have the download of the tool, right? We still have the file.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
oh yeah, no, we have the actual
So,
file from them
That's
too.
not.
So
Yeah, that's fine. Like having the actual file, I think is the more important part. 'Cause I don't think I was ever gonna feed the Soul live.
So, World Edit isn't really cheaty anymore, even if we had it, or even though we had it.
I barely used it on mine.
Well,
Um,
because
Well, I
Vanilla
used it.
added it to the game, so it may
Yeah,
have been a
it's
little
just not
bit
as
different.
powerful.
Yeah, it's not as powerful, but you can still do the almost
I don't
exact
know how
same.
much Trace used it, but I didn't use it that much. I don't think
I
Blake used it
never
that
had.
much.
I only had opt for the last 5 minutes of the Soul.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, most of us on there, like, the only time we really used World Edit was like to replace blocks with other blocks or to do like a fill.
Yeah. Like I did it a lot.
We found
in
out we could have
maps.
done that with command
Yeah,
after 2 found that thing.
Koi did the mountains and all that.
No, that was Lab Tech.
Lab Tech.
Sorry. Well, he did the
Lab
Folks
Tech.
Fall, and then
He
Lab
did all
Tech
the
did that.
mountains, and then Lab Tech did all the trees. But I would argue that's not part of the park. That's just like background.
yeah, I know, but still, that was what it. You have to
Yeah.
say what it was.
yeah, oh definitely.
Oh yeah, that,
Did you
but
do
that
the,
was all him.
Was that whole dice done by you, Lone? Like,
The dice and controllers were done
okay.
block by block. They weren't.
that's why
copied
I
or
should
anything.
I should realize that because it was hollow on the inside. Or did you fill it with ale?
No, it was okay. So with the dice, we did it my original design. Then LabTech took it with World Edit and doubled
Made it
it or
bigger.
tripled it.
Yeah.
Tripled it.
So we did save time that way, but we saved ourselves 30 minutes or so if a couple of us would have concentrated on it.
That's true. It wasn't. It wasn't. that bad.
None of it was like crazy amounts of time that we were saving on any of it.
So I
Except
think
for
the
the
only thing that
surrounding thing.
and the dome. That dome, when Zab and I were both doing it on the other server, took us 3 hours.
Yeah, but I bet you could have done it in the time frame.
If you had enough
Yeah.
people, you could definitely do that pretty easily.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't think World Edit added that much to the whole, thing. Plus all of that stuff was built somewhere else at some point because we built it on the test server.
Yeah, so we were
Well,
just kind of
yeah.
going off of a template of what we already did.
Yeah.
Also, the maze was hand built by me and Zeb on the Soval, but it was also
Yeah.
hand built by him and two on the test Soval.
Yeah.
So that was hand
And
built
me.
twice. Okay, I'm sorry, Blake. I didn't know.
I think that's what helped us win is the whole week of pre-planning. I mean,
Yeah, like I said, the organization and stuff really helped out, and then
basically skipping the podcast like week actually helped quite a bit because it like completely.
I mean, didn't you guys have most of the
Change.
stuff done by like Tuesday, Wednesday?
No,
No.
Okay.
we didn't get
We're
everything
still
done
coming up
until
on-
Thursday night.
Zab was still figuring out commands and stuff, and then we were figuring out like color palettes and stuff like that was a constant.
which I think it changed what y'all use
Yeah,
and
it's
stuff.
changed once we got on. I mean, my garden, my hell garden, which like Arcus is like, that's not safe. I kept trying to tell Good, walk into the fire, but you can't walk into the fire. All of them are surrounded by blocks.
Barrier blocks.
Yeah. Because I had wild animals in there. I couldn't have just open flame.
I mean, you can.
Yeah, I just wouldn't have animals.
That's
Yeah,
fine.
No, it would then be survival of the fittest.
Exactly.
And
Definitely
none of
the
the
fittest.
animals would have survived.
I don't
Also.
know if it's survival of the fittest or survival of the less dumb.
I don't
Might
know.
be the
It's,
same thing.
Yeah, I think it is.
Depending on who you ask, yeah.
I mean, I do believe having lab tech there definitely made a big difference just for the fact of
Oh god,
know-
those particle effects around the fountain were
He did have to kill those.
well, not just
Oh,
that,
yeah.
that too, but like his photography background.
Yeah, his eye and then he knows Disney pretty damn well because he worked there.
Doesn't he still work there?
No, I don't think he works there anymore.
No. Who said somebody said that in one of the chats? I think.
I think Good said it. I thought.
but yeah, it was fun.
Well, yeah. Overall, it's pretty good. I mean, I didn't. I wasn't as long on it as a lot of you guys will.
See, I
But-
wish they would have put it in adventure mode.
Same. So now you don't get to see all the buttons in that work.
Well, not just that. I mean, the roller coaster,
Yeah.
I mean, our credits, that'd be fun. And that'd be like, oh, they're riding a roller coaster. Oh, here's the build team.
What I love is I logged on there and I'm still in creative mode.
All of us are.
Yeah, because I was
as
like,
the build
I
team.
logged in and I noticed I had an inventory and I went, and I broke a flower and I went, uh-oh.
Well, the reason why they put, I think they put the original backup from, the file that we have before they took it down.
So the build team has ops still, basically.
Nope. No op. Just creative.
Is that just if you were already in creative? Because if that's the case, I think I logged off in adventure mode. So
Yeah, because when I logged on there, I was in creative, but I could not do commands or change my game mode or anything. But yeah.
But yeah, that's why we want to heal. Just that everyone would probably want to know.
I do hope we do something like that again, though.
yeah.
Even for a banana night, that sounds fun.
I did like, the whole creative juices thing was nice, getting all that flowing and thinking and doing.
BD
That was fun.
Daniel,
Oh, how'd
thank you for the follow.
like being
Welcome.
in creative mode for the first time.
I've been in creative before, I just don't play in creative generally.
That's what I meant.
It's not like I was like, oh, this is all.
This is game changing.
Yeah, I don't like playing in survival.
I actually kind of like creative's fun for building, but for like playing the game, survival's where it's at.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's the way the
once
game's
you
meant to
play the game
play.
once, there's no reason to stay in survival mode, in my opinion.
Make your own fun.
I mean, if that's for you, that's for you. But
Yeah.
a lot of people would disagree with that.
I know.
Yeah. That's the whole joy of Minecraft is you make your own fun.
So
That's the whole
love
draw.
The mods.
Yeah, modded is fun. Mod is like taking Minecraft and going, hey, you know how complicated this was? So it's just stretch it up a little bit.
Like, how complicated is modded Minecraft when it comes to nuclear craft?
Oh god. Don't even start me there.
Which, I mean, do we? I guess we talk later, but I wouldn't mind doing another Minecraft or Minecraft. Or God damn it!
Stop saying Minecraft. What's wrong with you?
Would it be modded?
Modded would be fun.
Well, yeah, modded would be fun. Then when the new mod comes out, or not mod, but
Jesus Christ!
God damn, I'm having troubles.
I honestly
the new
want to
update.
I want to do one, but I want to do it like an OP soul.
A what?
I want to do it where we all kind of are not together, but we all have like little groups, and we have to like coexist. That makes sense.
I'd like
Mhm.
that.
Like Rust, but Minecraft.
Oh, don't
It's
bring
like
that
a-
up. Don't bring that up.
Most cool
That was a server I deleted to add.
But I mean,
I
like,
can't blame you there.
I'm just saying in general, I think that would be cool. But like, not like us, not all like being together.
Is there like
Like,
a
I wanna-
mod for like custom NPCs? I feel like that would add a lot.
There are. There's a mod that's called Minecraft Comes Alive, and that makes it so the villagers are actually smart people.
Oh, so you
Okay,
can't
well,
make a killing
You say
machine.
Villagers are stupid.
We'll look into this
Yes.
off topic.
Yes, yeah, I wasn't saying that specifically, but you said it, so yes.
Off topic's a different podcast. I'd like to point out.
Uh-huh.
But speaking about games, Ray specifically wants to talk about cloud gaming. So do you like cloud gaming or do you hate it? I want to know your opinion.
I have no opinion because I've never touched it.
Oh,
But
okay.
I have this weird because let's see, Google came out with theirs that collapsed mostly.
Seriously?
Yeah, Amazon's got talking about one now.
You have PlayStations.
PlayStation, Xbox has a cloud gaming. Nvidia has a cloud gaming. So I'm just wondering, are they trying? I mean, it's not going to go until everybody gets really good internet. First off, it's not going to really become a thing.
Mm-hmm.
I personally think it's never going to become a thing.
Yeah.
You think there's not good enough internet for it to happen?
I don't think the idea is solid.
Yeah, I don't think
I
it's a
don't
good
think
idea.
currently it is. I think what's killing it, because it kind of opens gaming up to everybody. You know what I mean? You don't have to have a massive
Disagree.
computer to do it.
No, console. It's literally what consoles are good for now.
How much are consoles now?
It's
600?
still way more affordable than whatever.
Before the GPU
Stimulus
crisis,
check?
Yeah, I
before
mean,
the GPU crisis, consoles and entry-level computer were pretty damn similar. Maybe a little bit more.
Not
for a
really.
computer?
I don't know what.
I understand the idea. I'm not going to
How
shit
much
on
do you
the
think
idea
consoles
because
are?
we don't
Yeah,
know.
I'm really interested in what his.
Well, and how fast do a console outdate? How long does that console last?
they've been lasting 5+ years.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not saying, and it might never come off, but I find the idea interesting to try and open it up more.
I think it's.
I don't think it will work for all games, for sure, but I could see it working for certain games. For sure. I mean, they've already got massive, especially Amazon. Amazon's got massive server farms. It's just a matter of the internet connection and all that being the problem. So that's just a matter of time, I hope.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
You gotta remember,
want-
Trace,
you want cloud gaming.
most companies, no, I don't want it. I don't care either way, honestly. But a lot of companies now have switched to completely cloud-based. Like, they don't have servers in their office anymore. A lot of things have switched to cloud-based. I'm not saying
Right,
it's a good
because
thing or a
they-
bad thing. They're just following
Well,
the trend.
cloud-based gaming, it was cloud-based like other software was a little difference, but
It's the trend is what I'm saying. That's why that's why these billion-dollar companies are investing in it. If it didn't have a leg to stand on, they wouldn't invest in it.
right, I know. I'm just saying, as a consumer, it is the worst thing possible to have a restriction on something that you just like already have free access to.
Yeah.
And I
well,
will say most of the services, at least the one, not most, but the one that I'm thinking of, you only can play for an hour or 6 hours.
yeah,
haven't
it's
heard that.
very,
And-
very,
and
very
then you could never play
early.
it.
Yeah.
again.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, especially with what's going on.
I bet the first Tesla was a horrible car to drive.
Well, yeah. I mean, every car is.
Right,
The Model
but
T was
They
terrible.
won't charging you like every time to use the call, and
Well,
you
I
don't,
hate
you
to-
don't
They
own the
aren't doing
call.
that either.
I hate to tell you, like it or not, that's the society that's been created.
I mean,
Streaming
right.
and all that stuff. It's just, it is what
But
it
as the
is.
consumer, you can say no, I hate this, and not participate, and let Stadia tank like it is.
We could,
Well, I mean, there's
but I
two
bet
types
you
of
money
consumers.
that if the technology catches up, it will work.
If you think about it, there's two types of consumers right now. You have your ones that already have the stuff, and the ones buying it in right now. I mean, if you think about like what Ray said, with the gaming or with the GPU or not GPU, but the video card shortage,
Right.
you know, with Intel, it has internal graphics, so if they're on, they can still actually play the game with.
Yeah, but this is like a fringe event that's going on. It's because of the pandemic.
It's
It's
because
literally because
they underproduce.
They underproduced in a market that literally saw it soar. It's a
But
huge,
they're-
like,
from what I've seen,
yeah.
it might extend into next year.
right, because of a mistiming on their part. Because they fucked up. But that's not, like, always going to be an issue. It's just
Like I
going
said,
to
I don't think
be
it's
a-
for every game. I think there's still a big market for having your own computer and having your own game.
Right.
But I
But
also
have
see a
you-
market for this.
Does input lag affect you at all?
There is
No.
a minor input lag, yes.
Oh,
Yes.
no, it's not minor. It's very noticeable. If you play
Currently. Let's
any
put that caveat on there.
okay, it's currently. I don't think that's going to be solvable within the
That's
current
why I
timeframe.
said it's good for some games. Like if they get
And
the input
it
lag
also
down to
all
a certain
depends
amount,
on
Minecraft would be a
your-
fine one.
It also all
Or-
depends on your upload. Because if you have good
Yeah.
upload, there's no input.
Good timing.
Yeah. I'm not saying it's a good idea or not. I'm just saying it's an interesting thought. It's a change that's never been really thought of.
it has. It's what like Spotify is. You're not buying the music; you're streaming it through the platform.
Yeah, I
But-
have Amazon Music and I use it.
But
Pay
the
for it every month.
but the thing is,
So do
Spotify
millions
is
of
like
people.
a small like. It's not like users trying to actively like input commands in like.
Yeah, that's the
Well,
biggest holdup. I'm
control
not
the
saying
music.
it'll ever work, but it's an interesting idea. And
Right.
it reflects the age we live in. You
But I
have
just-
Netflix,
I just
you have
really hate the idea
Amazon.
of being not allowed to use the content I want to use because whoever I'm buying it from just says, "No, you're not allowed."
So do you have an antenna at your house?
No,
I thought you said Nintendo very
So
southernly.
do you have a bunch of I have an antenna too, but do you have a bunch of streaming services that you use?
I do.
So if they just said we're not showing you, you can't get on today, you just wouldn't watch anything?
I would delete my account.
Okay.
I would stop.
But then what would you do?
I would be fine with that if they didn't want to decided that they were going to be, if they were going to be morons and absolutely like block content. There would be so many deleted accounts; it would lose a shit ton of money.
Yeah, but what would you personally do? I don't care what happens to them.
Oh, what would I personally do? I'd live my life as usual. Like if Netflix
Okay.
closed down, I wouldn't care.
But would you
I
go
don't
get
watch-
cable or something like that?
No,
Okay.
I literally just watch YouTube. My parents watch cable
What
and
if,
stuff.
what
They
if
fix
YouTube got
it.
locked
My-
down?
Yeah, that's the other thing. Is you talk about you don't want somebody controlling, but that's the world we live in. An ISP can go, hey, you don't have internet.
Right, but then you would okay. ISP is like different because ISP is something that should. I mean, internet should be almost a
Utility.
it's a whole complicated issue.
Yeah.
Yeah, that should
Yeah.
be handled differently. That's
Yeah.
not same as streaming a video game.
But that's what I'm
It's
saying is that
different.
it's not just that.
Netflix
it's
is comparable.
your cable
internet is
company
not.
could go no cable. I mean, all this stuff could happen. That's what I'm saying. That there's that control is already in place.
But that's okay. That's a different. If you only have limited ISPs in my area, like I have 2 options, and then I have a third one, but it's a joke, like a laughable, like small time company.
Okay, like
So
I said,
I'm
YouTube,
not
Netflix,
Starlink
and
here in a
Amazon
minute.
Prime just stop. So we just
What?
stop watching TV, right? If they all just say, "Hey, you got to pay $1,000 a month," everybody just stops.
People would just go into cable. Or if not cable, they would just probably stop. But
Yeah,
that's
that's what I'm
that
saying,
would, be,
that's just-
that would be suicide for the company.
It
So
would.
do you think these gaming companies would do the same thing?
What, like Stadia?
Would just stop
I
if
mean,
they could? Well, they collapse. That's a different thing. That's
So
what I'm saying.
you're
I'm
asking
not,
me.
I'm not saying that-
Stadia has a power to collapse itself instead of it already doing it. I'm not getting the situation, right?
I'm telling you that you're talking about not controlling the stuff that you buy and all that stuff, and that's already in place. That network is already in place. That's what I'm saying. Use that constantly. Everybody does. Everybody that uses the internet or media in any form use that system already. They already rely
In
on big
different
companies.
ways. But
Yeah,
thing
but
is, I don't want my thing I use the most to be controlled in a way that it could shut me out. I don't want that. I subscribe to things like Netflix because it's something I'm fine with using, paying them a fee to get whatever I want out of it, and then if it goes away, then it goes away. It's
But then
fine.
you're not the customer. But I'm talking about
Right.
there might be a customer. That's what I'm saying.
I'm
is there's
saying
a
I don't think-
customer base that would be
Right.
willing to do
Yeah,
that.
it's a customer base. I don't think it's legible enough for these companies to be profitable.
I
AKA,
don't-
look at what's happening
currently.
with Stadia. Yeah, I know. Yeah, currently, yeah, I agree.
As
I just don't-
more people become more reliant on that stuff. I mean, remember, we didn't grow up with streaming services either, most of us here.
Right.
So
I just
this
don't
next
think-
generation is going
Did
to have
any
a
of us
different
actually
mindset.
grow up with streaming services?
I don't think so.
Well, streaming services won't like a thing
They weren't really around. The
until
internet really
like
couldn't support
last
them.
5 to 10 years.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
what
like,
saying
I don't.
is that the following I don't think I think it's a failed subject right now, but I think it might be possible in
Right.
the future.
Right. I'm just saying I don't think it's going to be good enough in the future. I honestly don't think it will going to get to that spot within at least all futures. If it does become better in the like later future, it's just not going to happen within the next like 10 years, 10, 20.
Yeah.
There's
Who
so
knows?
many issues that are innately wrong with it and flawed that they have to work out. That's just not going to happen. That's my argument. I don't think.
I could make the argument that people in the 50s said we'll never touch the moon. You never count on the future being anything.
Well, this is a projection. they projected wrong. I could have projected wrong,
Yeah.
but this is like I'm projecting that this is probably not ever going to be happening. I could be wrong. That's fine. If you could find me in the next
So,
like 10
If,
20 years,
if I'm
right?
70-something years old and it takes off, I'm finding your ass and be like, hey, I won't use it
Good
because
luck, old man.
I agree with every point you've made. Actually, I'm just being counter
Oh, I know.
argument to be counter
Oh,
argument.
I know you're being devil's advocate here. I'm well.
I will say
But
I have
this
seen
is
do
what these
something that
companies are
wish I
thinking
had
too.
with one of those.
Oh, I know. I'm just saying, like, currently all the companies that are currently doing this issue suck huge dick.
Yeah. Amazon, as far as server farms, Amazon is the best one so far, but they'll still have problems. Not
It's
just
gonna- yeah.
It's because of the input. Like I said, the server's not the problem.
Yeah, it's like them actually running the game most of the time is fine. It's the issue. There's so many issues of models of inputs and stuff like. There's just so many other issues.
Yeah. But I won't roll it out for the future. Like I
right.
said, we might be old and decrepit by the time it becomes a thing, but it
Let's put it
might.
this way: I will not. I'd rather buy my $2,000 machine every single time I need one, and buy my own game so I can play them whenever I want to, and not have to deal with if
Do
the
you
fucking
still buy
weather was
physical
bad.
media?
Yes.
What depending on what?
Games. Just games in general.
Yes.
I only
Or do
buy.
you rely on Steam?
Okay, here's the thing. I buy my. I'm very weird in this situation. You understand why? I buy my PS4 games purposely just to have the cases, so that if I can display them on a shelf. I could buy them online through the store. I just choose not to.
So what if PlayStation and Xbox and Steam, which Steam already does it on your computer, if every game developer said we're not making physical media anymore, would that bug you?
No.
It would bug me.
I literally do that for PC. I'm
Yeah.
saying I only do that for the PS4 for purely aesthetic reasons. If they could give me the case and not the disc, I would like that more. Honestly, just for the PS4, just because it's a hassle to move the disc every time. But I
know a guy that he
like
only
the idea.
buys physical Blu-rays
Right.
if he wants a game, because bitrate is a problem with Blu-rays, and if you want to watch decent quality and all that kind of
Right.
stuff. But it's just something that like wouldn't be a big deal for a lot of people, is everything switching to digital on that. So it's a slow transition. I think it's ahead of its time is the biggest problem with it. With cloud gaming, it's way ahead of its time. If it's going to be a viable thing.
Well, I mean, it's you can do it. It's just you can. Never mind.
I'm sorry, I broke two.
Yeah, you did.
What do you think about this, Blake? Saying if you had to use cloud
I mean,
gaming, but you
I
had
guess it comes
to like
down to the whole thing of ownership. Like, there's by not owning a physical copy of something, do you actually own it anymore? Or are you just paying to use it?
well, that's the thing is like Steam, you're actually buying it, but through Stadia, you're technically licensing it.
Yeah, if I say, because
Yeah.
if Steam died, would those games still be yours?
If
that company went dead?
I think so because you're technically you already bought the game.
Jesus
I think-
Christ.
But
But how would you re-download it? You would have to download it before they.
I would,
well, then it wouldn't update.
Hold on. I think.
Yeah.
Hold on. I think through a hypothetical situation like this, right? We're just playing with hypotheticals. I think Steam would announce them closing and would probably you'd have windows of time that you would try to download the games, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
I think legally they would be required to give ample enough time for its user base to
Can you
find
imagine
to
the amount?
reroute stuff.
I don't know that
Or
legally
download.
they'd be required to do jack shit if they declared bankruptcy and ran out of money immediately.
Mhm.
I mean, Steam is kind of like Amazon as being a marketplace for games, basically.
Yeah. It's like, man, I have movies I bought on Amazon. Are those mine? I bought them, paid for them. Or if Amazon goes bust, am I just shit out of luck?
You're definitely shit.
And
you.
and that's the argument
Mm-hmm.
that we're all sort of getting into at the moment. Like, when you pay for something through a service, do you actually own it, or are you just
Renting it.
You're
I
not
feel
even
like if I-
renting it. You like paid all your rent up front, basically.
I feel like if I read the legal
See,
stuff,
this
every
is
time I
very personal to me since I don't have access to my PlayStation and I have a lot of games that are only digital and I can't play because they say I don't own them, so I can't sign into my account.
Well, that's you can't get into the account. That's like the account has it.
So I mean, you
That's a
still
slightly different
own
issue.
it, but you just
I can't play games I own on discs either. They say that without being online, we can't verify this is a legit game. So my
But that's-
console has been
that's-
sitting here
Yeah, that's also-
unusable.
But you
So-
could
like
probably,
Sony's.
through legal means, reclaim that account.
Probably could, and I probably should. I don't want to admit how many games I've owned that I. It's probably in the thousands.
if you go through enough channels, I'm sure you probably can arrive to you getting back into your account. I'm
Yeah,
sure
just-
if you
like I said,
try a super hard amount, I'm sure you can.
This rolls into a whole different subject and different topic. I mean, this could actually roll into right to repair easily.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very
Yeah.
similar subject.
Relatively, but that should be another
Yeah.
topic.
Yeah.
I think me and Ray had the same views this week.
On right to repair.
Oh,
No,
actually,
of
I
what
heard
we
about it
watched.
before that. He said I got the topic from LTT, but it did. I'll admit LTT did remind me of it. They did a video about it. That was last week,
Yeah.
I think. Well,
I know, it was like 2 weeks ago.
Well,
Yeah.
right repair was there.
yeah, but he's always been on that, and then Adam Savage also is on that quite a bit too because he's all about trying to repair his own stuff. But no, I've seen it before and thought when Stadia came out, I was like, this seems. I was like Trace, and still I don't think it'll work. But after seeing it collapse, it's like, I wonder if this is. And then Amazon Stadia collapsed, and almost immediately I felt like Amazon was like, hey, we're doing it, and I'm like, wait a second, I just saw this. But I don't know. Maybe there's a market there 30 years from now. I don't know. Maybe Amazon's planning for the future.
God, I hope not.
Well, it won't be us.
I
We're
got-
not the market. That's it. We're not the target. Period.
I-
Anybody in this
That's
call,
true.
probably.
That's true.
I could definitely see Amazon doing that.
Well, these companies don't make billions of dollars by being complete idiots. I'm not saying they don't have flops, but
Speaking
curious.
of
They're
this,
not idiots. They're just not morally.
Oh no, their thing is
Morally.
making money. That's their.
Yeah,
yes.
that's just it. They're all about the profits. They're not really about the actual.
Yeah, they don't give a shit about quality. They just
Yeah.
want to make the money from it.
Well,
They also
again,
have to realize that you can't have sometimes with some of this stuff you're not gonna have one without the other.
Amazon's a marketplace. Oh, okay. So we're talking about Amazon, or are we talking about just in general companies?
A lot of these big tech companies, let's be honest here.
Well, for like Amazon, they don't make their products. People or companies are selling using Amazon.
Yeah.
Even their brands, they're owned by some other company. I don't remember what company it was. I just looked this up for class. But yeah, so I mean, if they want their target, I don't know what I'm trying to say. Sorry.
Yeah, that really fell apart at the end.
Yeah.
Your target audience
Well,
or
cause
demographic.
you know I'm learning about all this too right now, and it's
Well, you're not teaching it very well.
no, I'm not a very good
Like,
teacher.
yeah.
Okay, Tress, it's all yours.
He just rambled for a little bit and then went, I give up on this.
Oh, Gandalf, okay. Well, fine, Grim. You had a little topic here. Why don't you speak about it then?
What was my topic?
Oh, come on.
Listen,
Is that topic still around? It's gone, isn't it?
What is your favorite old video game?
I put that.
Hmm.
Oh, I put that like
Old as
a week
in,
ago.
Half-Life. That's my favorite old one. I don't know if that qualifies as old.
I'm going
Half-Life
older.
original.
Pong?
Stones,
No,
Sticks and
no,
Stones?
no.
The will.
Oregon
The
Trail.
wheel.
Uh,
The wheel and the hoop. That's what he used to have.
Or that,
Good old
that
Rampage, the original one. That was on Atari, wasn't it? Wasn't that what I'm thinking of?
sounds familiar.
Yeah, I have no
Where
idea.
Lone. You're
Where
gonna
you
have
do
to
the
ask Blake.
buildings.
That's even beyond me.
And then my other one would be Gauntlet on Xbox. Team of
Sounds
4,
familiar.
where you had a wizard, you had a I think it was wizard.
What's that game? Twisted Metal?
Yep.
Oh, Twisted Metal. Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, that was. I love that game.
Yeah,
That
we're
and Medal
trying
of
to do a
Honor.
TV show.
Yeah, the Medal of Honor is on PlayStation and PlayStation 2. Or
God, that first Medal of Honor was such a good game.
which one was the first one?
That was the D-Day, I think.
I don't remember
Landing at
that
the
one.
beach and all that.
My
So
biggest one
good.
was the Rising Sun, where you start off at Pearl Harbor.
Yeah, that's a good one too. I think D-Day was the one where you went in the trenches and all that. It was such a good game. God, I love that game. Thought about that. I wonder if I can get an emulator.
Guarantee
It's
you
probably
can.
gonna look shitty as all get out.
Yeah, probably. Oh. Hmm.
What happened?
I can't say.
Mhm.
It's not related to what we're doing.
He doesn't want you to
So
yell at
anyway,
him.
Anybody else got a game? Abe?
It wasn't so much like okay. So when I first started off games, I pretty much played on computer, but they weren't like disc games. They were like games that were already like
Minesweeper?
yeah, stuff like that. But it wasn't Minesweeper. It was what was it called? It was Space Cadet Pinball. I played the
I
shit
remember
out of
that. Yeah.
that and I think something else I don't remember. But I just spent hours on that, and it took me forever to like. Apparently, there's like progression in that where after you do some objectives, there's like the center circle lights up, and I always tried to fill that up if I could. Never got all the way through.
Have I told you guys the fun fact about Solitaire and a lot of those other games that came out with the original Windows?
They're banned in Australia.
No. Like Solitaire and all of those card games were basically there to teach people how to use a mouse.
Minesweeper.
Yeah,
here
Solitaire,
included.
Minesweeper, those games were included with Windows because it was the first time that you actually had access to a mouse, and it was training you how to use a mouse to point, click, drag, all of the other bits and pieces associated with that.
I thought Minesweeper was to teach you how not to throw your computer out the window.
Only if they're
No, that's for throwing your computer out the
Yeah.
window.
I like how 2 was the only one that really laughed at that. Good times.
Honestly, I was only part listening. I
Wow.
was reading something.
Go back to you.
Wow.
Go back
Oh.
to what?
Go back to
Nah, I
what?
stopped
Yeah.
myself. I stopped myself. Go be nice. Go and be nice.
That are you sure?
I'm sorry, what happened?
I
Nothing.
don't know. Lone was trying to be mean and be nice at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
How did that work for you?
Just let rip alone. Just say it.
He was gonna
No.
say something to me about go back to. Oh, there's.
Oh, it's all good. It was gonna be Grims.
No.
I gotta reprimand my son.
Wow.
Oh,
No.
Do I need to bend over for it?
Whoa. Okay, we're getting off topic.
this is a topic.
PG.
I
PG.
hate this.
He's not here.
This
This
is
conversation.
wait, this is PG? When
No.
has this
No.
ever been PG?
Oh god.
Since yesterday.
Penis. There you
What
go.
what I tend to be doing on the beach every day seems to be
Yeah.
very un-PG.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah. Don't ask.
I'm kind of wondering, but I don't want to ask.
I want
Go
pictures.
down to the beach, Lone.
Yeah, that's all you need to do.
Oh,
Jesus Christ.
No,
You
talking
don't
about
wanna know. He's taken this nice, wholesome game and made it filthy.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I haven't went. I mean, I live close.
Sorry, Trace.
I'll
Let's
go
move on to the next subject.
Trace.
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 I think he's
Trace.
abandoned us.
Mhm.
I can
We
hear.
lost our. We lost our. What do we
We were
call him?
babbling, so he's like, I'm chilling.
Our podcast father.
I can hear his fingers rubbing against the side of his head.
He's our podfather.
Podfather.
I hate all of these jokes. I'm gonna go jump off my roof in a minute.
Do it.
So
The real
can we make
question
this
is,
the Penny
can you
Podcast
get to
now?
your-
See, it has a ring to it. The Penny Podcast.
No, how about? Well, mine doesn't work. The Abigail podcast.
See, mine sounds better.
Yeah.
Now that Trace is in here, we can just say what we want, right?
This
No.
is true.
I wonder where he went.
No, I still got the power.
I know.
I got the power.
Did you go to the beach yet?
No, I am getting stoned for a goddamn.
Oh, I think
Barn.
his power went out.
Oh, shit.
Rip.
Oh,
well,
we
Lone,
lost.
that's all you.
Oh, no.
No,
Lone, you're
it's
it.
Blake. Blake.
Oh,
not me,
Blake.
Seriously, you're gonna leave this in my
No.
hands?
Yes, I am.
No.
I'd like to see how this pans
Oh,
out.
God, here we go.
No.
Here we go.
No.
Oh, good
Fun
lord.
time.
No, we were on
I thought that was.
Cloud Gaming, favorite old game. The next one is regional foods, Blake.
Regional foods. Yeah, how's
Regional
Australian food?
foods. Oh God, you guys know all about Australian foods, right? You got
Well,
your
I was-
Vegemite, you've got your
yeah.
you've got
Kangaroo.
Kangaroo?
your oh, kangaroo. Yeah, kangaroos are pests.
Like, I know-
Kangaroos are tasty.
Like, I
Um,
know you can eat, like, any meat, but, like, I've never really considered kangaroo as actually something people eat.
Oh yeah, it's actually really good for you. It's like a really lean meat. It's good protein. But then you've also got all of the junk foody stuff like your Tim Tams, your all the good stuff.
Isn't Tin Tam like chocolate or something?
So Tim Tams are
Right.
like a chocolate biscuit with like a cream filling, but chocolate coated all over the top of them. They there's a thing that you do with them, right? So if you've got like a hot cup of coffee, you basically just bite the corners off, and then you suck your coffee up through the biscuit, and
Tim Tam Slam.
Tim Tam Slam.
I've heard of this. Lone, you should have heard of this if you watch the same YouTube channel as I do, which you do.
I've heard of it.
Yeah, I have.
Tim Tam Slam is absolutely amazing.
So that's less. I was less talking about like manufactured food, and for me, earlier I was making a sandwich yesterday. What was today? Tuesday. I was thinking.
Wednesday was yesterday.
Thank you, Abe. I figured that out on my own, but thank you for informing me. But I was making a sandwich. I was cutting the tomato for the sandwich, and I was sitting there thinking about it. And Lone, anybody else in the South might be knowing what I was thinking about. Does anywhere else eat what's called a tomato sandwich?
With mayo.
Well, mayo, salt, pepper. That's it. Between two pieces of bread. Grim, is that a Texas thing?
Well, it's not just
Possibly.
Texas, it's a Midwest thing too. So
Okay. And I was thinking like banana sandwich. Like, you know, everybody thinks banana sandwich and they think peanut butter. You know what I think when I think banana sandwich down here?
Ice cream sundae?
Mayo. You put mayonnaise and then you put a banana between two pieces of bread and it's a banana sandwich. I don't know if that's a southern thing, if we put mayonnaise on everything. I feel like
I've
it might
heard
be.
of it.
It's actually not bad because it's something to do with that tangy sweet thing. You know, it's almost like a salty sweet, those two contradicting flavors. But I was thinking like greens, collard greens. That's something that's very common down here.
He's beauty.
We'll have to derail.
Exactly.
Oh, hey.
We did
welcome.
derail. We just moved on to the next topic.
We
Yeah,
get
I'm
tired
saying,
of, we,
I'm saying you don't have to acknowledge
Hey,
me
Well,
going
you
back.
were
You know-
saying
I didn't say
Oh,
jack
oh.
shit.
Well, we have to. 'cause
Trace, you're no longer
no
the
one was really
MC.
saying.
You're no
I was
longer
waiting
the
for
MC.
somebody else to add.
Oh,
yeah,
okay,
Blake
who-
is.
Blake is?
Blake.
Okay,
Okay,
good.
hold on.
I'm glad I
You're
went
no
to
longer
Mr.
the podfather.
We're
Oh
all
no!
Blake is the podfather now.
Oh,
You've been
Deal
replaced.
father.
So anyway, does anybody else like Abe? You, I say Blake is, but Blake hadn't said jack shit for forever, so I'm just gonna move on.
He probably lost power.
Yeah, probably. All of Australia's been ripped off the face of the
So
earth.
you guys
Finally.
moved on to regional, right?
Yeah, we're
Yep.
talking about
Yeah.
tomato
So-
sandwiches and banana sandwiches and stuff like that.
Tomato
I have
sandwich?
never heard of
That's a
anything
very
of
southern thing.
I had no hold of that. I know peanut butter
Lone,
sandwich and banana.
Grim, Lone,
Peanut
you're from
butter
Banana,
Florida.
you don't count.
That's fine.
Hold on. Oh, okay. I was like,
Yeah.
Oh, to be fair, well, okay, well, no, my mom's side of the family's true south, so.
Yeah, but like tomato sandwich is just like what it sounds like: mayonnaise, 2 pieces of bread, and a couple pieces of tomato with salt and pepper.
Never
a
hold of that.
good
the
tomato.
problem here for me is I don't like tomatoes.
Yeah, that's a weird. A lot of people don't. I like them when they're fresh and good.
Oh yeah,
I
if they're
like-
fresh, I love them. But it's hard to get fresh.
I kind of want them, like, tossed with, like, some salt and pepper in a pan. Just something. I just can't eat it straight raw.
The only ones I like really raw are like my parents grow them in their garden. That's a whole different tomato than what you buy in the store, though.
Yeah.
Grape tomatoes
That's true.
are great.
There's no, there's no artificial anything in that. It's all straight. And that's we're talking about banana sandwiches where you use mayo instead of peanut butter. That's a thing in the South.
Mayo in banana?
Mayo in most anything is a thing in the South. But mayo, you put 2 pieces of bread, mayo, and then bananas.
Hey.
that's
Banana in
true.
half.
That's a negative for me.
And it's actually not terrible. It's not great, but the tangy sweet kind of plays off of each other pretty well, I think.
I know
But
that.
we
I
talk
know the
about
banana
collard
sandwiches for a
greens.
fact.
Is fried chicken livers a thing everywhere?
What?
Chicken liver.
That's not super common though.
Yeah, it's a soul food. It's a soul food staple.
I've only seen it a few times, but I'm,
I love. we
No
used to
one-
have this-
Just about any chicken place or a
Mm.
mom and pop, country store will
It's
have
gonna
that.
have fried chicken livers. Which is really bad. Is I like eating fried chicken livers. You know how I used to catch catfish?
bad
With them?
going with chicken livers, yeah.
Chicken
And
livers. Yeah.
boats, yeah.
Chicken livers. You put them on the hook and you put a little salt on them. You catch a giant catfish with that shit.
Yep.
But yeah, then you can. If you don't catch anything, you just eat that chicken.
Well, I'll be honest, you. You guys might hate this thing, but I hate like southern cooking, so.
God, that's the only good thing I like about the South is the cooking.
What is
I
wrong
love
with
The
you?
vegetables, especially.
I dislike a lot of southern cooking. Well, I just think it's it's all bland, in my opinion. So,
Wow.
And a lot of
Have you ever
grease.
eaten
I
Cajun
hate-
food?
I hate like American food. I would eat Cajun food, but there's no good like Cajun places.
You think all American food is bland?
Yeah, like American pub food's
Out
pretty
of
bland.
all southern, all regions, I would say southern food is the least bland of any region in America.
I don't know.
Like
Close-
collard
well,
greens with like bacon or ham in it, and then a little
I've
bit of
never-
pepper sauce on top of it.
I've never eaten collard greens, so.
You hate southern food, but you haven't eaten a staple.
I don't do collard greens. I do.
Yeah,
I
but
do
like
canned spinach.
I hate like canned biscuits and stuff.
Canned
Yeah.
biscuits is shit. Yeah, you should hate
Yeah, that is
canned
shit.
biscuits.
Unless
Wait,
they're the
do you
Hawaiian
think
ones.
that's normal food?
That's,
That's
not
not
normal
normal.
southern food.
I feel like
No.
that's a
No, it's
staple.
not. Homemade
No.
biscuits. Mom's got a recipe that's been passed down from her mother to her, from her grandmother, from her grandmother's grandma, all the way down. It's a fantastic biscuit recipe.
What's the recipe?
I don't know. I still don't know it. I don't know if I'll ever know it.
And what you guys call biscuits is different here to
Yeah,
what
I
I,
know
call
you guys
biscuits.
We're not
Cookies.
talking about cookies.
We're talking about like scones, but different.
Yeah.
You've been to
it's-
America enough times, you must have had a biscuit or two.
I've had
Like
a couple
American
of biscuits.
biscuit. Like
Do they call them
biscuits with-
American biscuits?
Probably. That would make sense, honestly. To differentiate.
Like we call them French fries?
Well, yeah, crisp.
No.
You're making me want to make.
Are you a motorcycle?
Sound like
He's wrapping up his opinion.
Chips are crisps. Chips are fries. Chips are chips.
You get
That's
chip,
not
you a chip,
confusing at
everyone a
all.
chip.
Chips.
That's your your opinion, man.
I think it's most of Australia's opinion. I'll be honest.
Doesn't mean that's right. We don't have
No.
to say that in America.
No, I think England fries or chips, and I think they've been speaking English longer than we have, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
Well, we don't speak
Who-
English. We speak
who-
American.
But who won a war
So-
between us? Boom.
Did you? So when you were in school, did you take American or English too?
By definition, we do not speak English.
By definition, English
Yeah,
don't
we
speak
do.
English.
We do
But we
speak
all
English.
speak English. Yes.
We do.
Can you understand an English person?
Yes, but we do not speak it.
Okay.
Yes, we do.
Yes, we
speak
do.
American.
We speak a
Speak-
variant of it.
No, we speak English, but with the American accent.
No,
English
we
speak-
spell words different too.
Right. It's an American way of speaking, but it's English.
Yeah,
Fuck.
it's English.
Fucking
It's just like
Americans.
There's variants.
It's just
Australia's
like
a
how
variant.
it's just like how England has English, and then
South
those
Africa is a
Australian
variant.
English.
New
Yeah, we
Zealand.
just speak American English, but it's English.
Damn Americans.
It's literally it's the base language we speak. We just have all slang words different. There's no American. Some people would want to
There's
name
some-
English
yeah,
to
there's some
American.
There's some orange people who like everybody to speak American, but you know.
Let me think of a regional.
From Florida? Florida is
Ye-
such a freaking Cuban food? I don't know if that's
I was
even
gonna
regional.
say, well,
That's way
okay, we didn't
south
have
Florida too.
I was on the wrong side, so we didn't have a lot of like Cuban like stuff because I was on the left side of Florida. I'm trying to think of like what's like special to our area. I mean,
I
we
know
have
Grimm's
we
is
just have a lot of
Tex-Mex.
fish. Like we just cook a lot of like seafood, like
Yeah.
straight up like whatever was caught in the Gulf. It's just not that special. I'll be honest.
As I said, Florida is like a weird thing that not quite part of the South and not quite part of the North.
I mean, we had orange juice, but that's not like super.
That's not
all
southern
orange
at
juice.
all.
Kolaches.
Florida, it's a very
I'm
Florida.
arguing for Florida, not southern too.
Yeah, we're talking about regional foods
It's
in Florida.
Florida is different. Florida is different from the south.
I was trying to think.
Do y'all have kolaches?
No,
I don't know what that is.
that's a very Texas thing.
It's
I can tell you
a-
that, or Midwest.
It's kind of like a pig in a blanket.
No, it's not big.
It's a Polish thing, isn't it? I think
I don't know,
originally. I think it was Polish, and then Texans adopted it.
but it's like
Oh,
it's
who-
it's sausage in a surrounded by dough or bread.
So yeah, pig and blanket.
Yeah.
I had something like that. I forget what it was called. We had a Filipino guy that worked with us. He was like 102, but he would make this thing, this bun with which I guess this was called a bun. That's what it was called.
Is that
And
his
it had,
age or is that his weight?
No, his age.
Okay.
He retired 30 years and he was still a civilian. He retired after 30 years, and 30 years later he was still a civilian working there because he didn't want to leave. He's really smart too. He's about 2 foot tall, and but he would make adobo ribs,
Oh, that sounds
and then
beautiful.
he would make buns that he would give to us, and he's like, you put in freezer and thaw out when you want. And what you do is you thaw them out like in the oven. He'd tell you exactly how to do it, and it was like a bun that was light and airy, and it had like hamburger with like mixed seasoning and stuff in it on the inside. I don't know what the hell it was, but I ate the shit out of it. That's how I live my life, though. Is like, if it tastes good, I'll eat it. I'll try it at least once.
See, that's my thing, right? Is I think that's why I hate southern food, is because I ate just a lot of it like growing up, and like a lot of like Americanized food that I want to try anything that is just not like
Well,
sustainable.
I like variations of
American
spice
cooking.
of life. I don't hate Southern food because I ate a lot of it. I
Right, but,
just
like-
like different things.
I literally will like try to choose anything that's just not American. I just
Well,
just
pizza
do
is
it in a second.
American. Most of our Italian is American.
Yeah, but that's like, I'm talking like I really don't want like fried chicken that much. Okay,
I
except
like
fried
fried
chicken
chicken.
sandwich. That's the only that's the only thing. But
I don't
like,
mind fried chicken homemade.
I
Anything
consider-
else is kind of like meh.
I consider a good pizza and a good pasta dish to progress from
Ooh,
American
what
food.
about-
But yeah,
What about fried pork chops? Real thin pork chops that are.
I know
just
fried in my pork chops. I've
Oh,
always
it's so good with some gravy. That's like,
see. I don't like gravy.
oh my god, that's like
Yeah.
we got that running in our veins.
How do you eat mashed potatoes?
Yeah,
Not gravy.
plain. You
Yeah.
eating plain?
Oh, mashed potatoes
Yeah.
with a bit of butter and cream.
I
oh.
put when I make mashed
I don't
potatoes
actually
at
mind
home,
mashed potatoes plain, honestly.
I just mash after cooking them. I mash them, put a little butter and sour cream, and depending if I'm cooking something that has it's in the meal plan, if it has like thyme or if it has anything like scallions put in it, I put that in.
Oh, garlic mash.
Do y'all
Garlic
have
mash
twice-
is
garlic.
amazing.
Do y'all have thrice mashed potatoes?
Twice baked. Yeah, I've heard of it. We just never did it. We just
I've
not
made
something
those
we
by
do.
hand.
I've done it. Yeah, it's okay.
I think it's a
I
lot of
made
work.
actually.
What about?
I made them in a
do you
new
like
wave oven.
eggs?
I do like eggs, but I have not had deviled eggs.
Oh,
Growing
like
up, looking at the egg grossed me out.
Every freaking gathering we have, my grandmother makes deviled eggs. I mean, like, it could be a funeral and we have deviled eggs.
I mean, mostly
Somebody's birthday,
because
deviled eggs.
I hated Mia, so.
No, she makes hers really good. It's not, she doesn't overpower it with mayo. It's mostly like mustard and a little bit of paprika. It's really good.
Right,
And
but
then, like, you know what Waldorf salad is? The green kind of dessert salad?
I feel like I do.
It's not southern at all. In fact, it's from East Coast somewhere.
Right,
But
yeah.
my grandmother made a variant of it, and me and my cousin would call it green stuff, and we would fight over who got to carry it home because we liked it so much.
You
And
got the green stuff.
after realizing what the recipe is, it's the simplest thing in the fucking world to make.
Isn't it Jello and fruit
It's
and something?
Like pistachio pudding, Jello, something I can't remember.
Ugh.
It's
Ugh.
not, and then like whipped cream and like marshmallows and pecans and pineapples and stuff like that. Like
Ugh.
pineapple chunks.
Not gonna lie, that does not sound great.
See, Trace, here's the problem I see.
Uh-huh.
And here's the main difference to us. You strike me as a picky eater. Me, I eat
Oh, yeah.
anything that gets near me.
Absolutely, I am a picky eater. I never say I'm not.
In fact,
Oh.
if you gave me a plate that had 6 vegetables on it and 1 meat, I would eat every vegetable and ignore the meat completely.
See, I'm a different way. I do eat vegetables, but like I would want like the main stall for me always has to be like the meat of some sort. Unless you do like I've had like flatbreads with no meat and stuff like that,
Yeah.
pasta no meat. But like you have to have something to be the main stall, and I think most dishes it works out to the meat is mainly the main stall.
Like summer squash.
Unless you delete the meat, then obviously it has to be something else like zucchini or squash, eggplant. Something has to take the place.
Like we take, I guess they're called crookneck squash is what we call them around here. And you dice them real thin, you slice them real thin, and then just cook them in butter in a pan. It's really good. Real simple. But I don't know if like, Sue, I know you live in like a northern region. Do you guys have regional things?
We might, but I'm a super picky eater. Like until I was around like 12, I wouldn't eat anything at restaurants besides pasta. So don't take my word for anything.
They
I will say one thing. If you are from Michigan and you don't like ranch, something is wrong with you. Almost everyone here, you have to have like ranch.
That's a Midwest thing.
Yeah,
it's kind of
so
leaked
that
into the
feels-
South a bit too. The South has a big love for ranch too.
Yep.
I used to love ranch as a kid. Now I'm
I
fine
know,
if I don't have it.
Yeah, I lost
I
my
I will
taste
say
for it
one
somewhere
thing.
along
When I
the
was a
way.
kid, I used to do something that makes me want to throw up now. I could drink ranch.
Ugh.
And that makes me physically quease thinking I used to do that.
At least you don't
And
like
people.
snort it.
I know people that do that with mayo. And that
You can
makes
snort ranch because they have ranch powder. You can snort it.
Oh,
You wanna work- you wanna
I
do a
don't
charity
wanna
thing
know
and
what that would
do you want
do
a
to
charity
you.
thing for 2 to snort ranch.
no, that would never happen.
I'll
How much
make that
money
a.
for charity.
Oh, I'll do that.
For charity,
Yeah.
I'll drink ranch again. I'll say that. If someone, if for charity donated, I actually have the extra life thing on mine for $100. If someone did to the charity, I would drink ranch on camera. I would.
So
Drink ranch.
Abe. So what do you got? Well-
So I think I've mentioned before, but I'm Hispanic, and so
Yeah.
I ate a bunch of Hispanic cuisine. Primary thing that stands out is plantains. There's like two
Ooh.
different ways to eat them. One is I think you fry them, and they can like. I don't want to say they are like. It's. I feel like they treat it like a candy because my parents make that stuff all the time. But you can do that. I just remembered another one. I think you can dry them out and make them like chips. And the last one is you can cut them up and you can squish them, and then you can also fry those. And they're basically they're kind of like a mix between like the American biscuit and an actual cookie, but they actually taste really neutral. But
They're not sweet.
Yeah, they're not that sweet, but they have
Yeah.
a good flavor to them.
The only reason I know this is because Jamaican food, and we had a Jamaican place when I was in the Navy down south, and they use plantains when you get their jerk chicken. And the plantain was a counterbalance to the spiciness of the jerk chicken. It was something kind of not sweet, but not super plain. Like you said, it's hard to describe the flavor, but
That is something that is in Florida actually a little bit, is plantains.
It's like your saliva will like start the process of like breaking down the plantain. That's when the flavor comes in.
I always describe it as like a potato and a banana had a baby, but it was mostly potato.
Okay.
That's
I feel like
that's
it's
the
more
best way I can
banana.
describe. It looks more banana. It does not taste more banana.
Right,
To
but
me.
I feel like it kind of is
But
technically.
as far
but-
as if I'm describing the taste, I say it's a banana and like mostly potato taste, like with a slight banana hint. I don't even know if it's in the same damn family as banana, honestly. It might be a whole different freaking family. Which bananas are weird anyway.
What, you don't like bananas?
No, I'm just talking about the whole. All bananas are the same banana now.
Yeah, back in the day, like, I think we said this once.
We are.
but I said back in the day. I think we said this once already.
He was making a bad joke.
I didn't get it.
It's okay. Nobody laughed, so.
Yeah. Anyways, that there was another type of banana, and how all candy bananas taste not like bananas. That's how bananas used to taste.
Well, there's like 20 different types of bananas. So
Well, basically the one I was talking about actually went extinct.
Yeah, there used to be 20 types. They're slowly starting to come back, but yeah. They genetically fucked them up real good.
The one I'm thinking about didn't happen from genetics. It had some pesticide thing, like actual pests, that ate all the banana trees, and they couldn't get rid of them.
That reminds me of this post I saw where someone was comparing old and new bananas. Apparently, I want to say they looked like if you had blueberries inside a banana, but they were also really tiny.
But yeah, bananas used to be all different shapes and sizes. The one we see in the store is one type of banana, and that's also why it's very bland compared to all like different banana things. I think 2 is right. Something happened. They used to be, and then those are all cloned off of the same banana after some blight happened to the thing. Almost like the potato famine.
mm-hmm.
I wouldn't be surprised if there was some story throughout history of a fruit or food that went extinct and now we can't eat it.
There's
The
types of
dodos.
bananas that we can't. There's types of bananas that are literally gone, that are like never to come back.
Well, I did read something up about some science lab successfully they grew an extinct flower or something like that.
Yeah, was it like a type of lily or something?
Yeah, I think it was.
I think I vaguely remember something like that, yeah.
I mean, there is
So
the
maybe.
the seed bank in I don't remember which country, but it's like in a frozen wasteland country.
Greenland, I think it is.
Greenland. Yeah.
Frozen Western country.
They're not the
well,
only one. There's another one in some other European country. There's a few countries that have,
Doomsday bunkers.
yeah, well, seed banks in particular, not just doomsday bunkers, but seed banks in particular. Yeah, I know.
Great.
But it's like, they try to keep a bunch of different types of seeds there just in case something does happen. Not a terrible. Some places use like freezers and stuff like that, but other places don't. So it's interesting. If you find that kind of shit interesting.
It's interesting for those who find it interesting.
I find all kind like I find the weirdest, craziest shit interesting. I'll be like, oh, that's good to know. I watched a guy restore a freaking end table today at lunch. I was like, huh. And I just sat there and watched it, and I was like, why the fuck did I watch that? I don't know. But I watched it. I was interested.
Yeah, I see those videos restoring like antique items, and it's just like, okay, cool. I have all these tools at work. I could be doing this too, but I don't have the know-how.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. It's like some of the stuff that grabs you. This was because
I
it
don't
was
have
a
the
mid-
know-how or the talent.
That's my problem. But I'm interested in it. That's like because it was a mid-century modern table, and for a while, I've been very interested in that style, and I saw that one. Yeah, and clicked on the video. So they got me.
Yeah, they did.
I think this is a good place for us to wrap up. Yeah, we went from talking what we did, talking about cloud gaming for quite a bit, to talking about plantains and a throw potato banana.
And then talking about speed or seed banks.
I can just say we talked about speed.
That's what I always
Yeah, that's our next week. Boy.
So I was sitting there going, Speed the drug,
God,
Speed the movie, which speed are we going to
Oh,
speed?
we missed
All
we
of
missed
them.
last week. We had done a 420 special. We talked about drugs. Which one is our favorite?
Yeah, we did, didn't we?
Okay, no.
I'm sure that's gonna be good for Twitch TOS, right? That feels like it should be fine. But as always, this has been Sons of Bananas. If you're watching this live, we have
I'm sorry.
Yeah, okay, that's true. Yeah, I'm sorry. You know, this is actually sometimes a bit of a train wreck. As we kind of went, I think we went a little long on the cloud, but I think it's fine. But if you're live, if you want to watch this live every week, we have 4 people streaming this. We have Twitch.tv, GrimReaperLP, Twitch.tv, Lone_Wolf_ENT, Twitch.tv, Ray Navy 21, and Twitch.tv 2 Fresh, the number 4, and the letter U. Or you can also find us on YouTube. I believe Grim puts us on his YouTube channel.
One of the
That'd
only
be-
ones.
You have to look up Grim Reaper LP.
Make sure you get the right one.
Mm-hmm.
There's a multiple Grim Reaper LPs.
Is there? Better not be.
Anyway, look for the one with the
Motherfuckers.
green Reaper avatar. But as always, this is episode 16 of Sons of Bananas. We'll see you next week with episode 17. See you guys next week. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye, bitches.